Hello everybody and welcome back to the Jsocraft server here in the Nether hub. Figured it'd be interesting to start up here. Oh, hello. Someone over there too. This part I added. It looks really nice from up here, and I like the way the mushrooms look with the end rods and stuff. All right, let's get down to business. So last episode was a little bit rushed, but that's mostly because I've been busy as of late with work, so I haven't had much time to do videos or any of that, which is why you haven't seen much activity on my channel in a while. Still haven't done anything else with this room yet, but I have some more free time. My schedule has gone back to normal, so I'm gonna start doing videos again. And I really want to start doing some actual work on this project, because this is a big project in the Nether that we're working on, and this room, I'm kind of at a standstill. I know what I want to do with it, but I'm not sure about how it's going to kind of coincide with this hallway here, because I'm going open concept. So I've worked out some designs a while back for how I want this place to look, and I kind of want to start working on that next. I want to actually, like, the biggest chunk of this project is getting this hallway done, so that's what I'm going to do this episode. We're going to try and see if we can get most of it done. And that being said, first thing we got to do is coat it all with half slabs, because I want to make it all gas proof. Not sure about the detail work in the middle yet, but I at least want to get a bunch of half slabs down. I was going to do cobblestone, but I'm not going to keep cobblestone as a floor. If we head back over here to the middle area, we can see here that this middle area is using the stone bricks, and I'm kind of going to go with the same thing. Like I said, I'll work out the detail work, like how this star is here, later. But for now, I'm going to coat the entire thing in half slabs, because obviously the one material that we have in excess is stone. I have so much stone for mining. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then the next step after that will be to dig out all of this. And I am actually going to dig it all the way up to about that ceiling. And I know it's a lot of space, but I need that for what I have in mind for this hallway. So yeah, I'm not going to show that part, because that's just a bunch of grunt work. But I now have enough time to do that and still do other stuff in the episode. So I'll be back. It's beautiful. The netherrack in the perfect orientation. And it is done. All of the grunt work is now finished. The floor is completely coated, and I've dug out a little less than half. I'm deciding to save this side until after. I want to finish this side, see how it looks. If I'm happy with it, then I'll just mirror it on the other side. Also, I figured out what I want to do here. I'm going to kind of keep with the wall, but instead I'm going to do kind of like a fence or a gate of some sort. That way it's still open concept, but it's a nice separation between the floor for this room and this room here. And then I'll do that in like another episode. But I've also gone ahead and marked a bunch of spots for where I'm going to do a bit of, for what I have planned for this room. Also, something I ran into, which I knew was going to be a bit of a problem. GT's room here, unfortunately, it doesn't line up perfectly. And I'm planning to have like a pillar where these spots are marked. So I'm probably going to have to do some custom work on that wall there, but that's why I'm doing only half first, and then we can kind of work out the other stuff after. But I've already started doing a bit of detail work here. So these parts are going to be just pillars going straight up, not necessarily to the top. I'll probably work out how high I want it to be after. But I also want, I'm thinking at each of these spots, we're going to have archways going across. So, well, actually, I'll just show off one now. Just another thing too, I moved those beacons. Unfortunately, this far away, I don't get the buff, just on this side specifically. So I'm going to have to set up like another set of beacons over here. I have more than enough skulls to donate for this project. I forgot to dig this out. So, yeah, I'll have to just go fight some withers at some point. Maybe get a couple of the guys on the server to give me a hand with that. Yeah, let's finish this off. Okay, perfect. So yeah, archways going from this side to here. And I'm trying to think of how high I wanted it to be. I think... Wait, do I have netherrack? Yes, that'll be my scaffolding. So it's going to be... Let me think about that. 1, 2... Yeah, that should be right. That way I can do this, and then one more. And that way it's just about one underneath. Maybe we should go one lower. For now, that'll do. Oh, you're gonna make it difficult to remove that. Okay, so yeah, that'll go like that. And then across it, I don't think I have any stone, do I? No. Anyway, I'll just use like a filler for now. So across it, we're going to have just like regular stone bricks. It's not going to be a very detailed archway. It's just going to be like a single block line. Very, very basic. Some more. Just going across. And I'm going to have to figure out this side as well. How did I... It's one in, right? 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. So like that. That, and then one underneath it, which I'll drop down and kind of dig that out now. Anyway, yeah, you get the idea. So that archway is going to be going across these middle section. I'm going to do 4 for this side, 1 here, 1 above there, 1 on this side, and then 1 up here. And then I've also marked kind of these ones in the middle. Those ones are just going to have 1 going across, and the design's a little bit different, which I'll show off in a bit. But another thing I wanted to do for the wall, I don't want a solid wall of like one color or one design. I kind of want a separator. So for now, I have like this ledge here, which it has a nice effect with the half slabs. And it's going to continue all the way down. Just kind of going like that. And then behind that, I'll have another stone block. And then I want to have... Let me think about this. Kind of goes above the wall. So it'll be too high. And it'll go... For this part particularly, I'll stop it there. But... Whoop. Yeah, see, I don't have the jump boost on this side. It's going to be a little bit tricky to work on this end. So yeah, this will act as the separator for the wall. And then that will just kind of hug the inside. And that way... Ooh, hello. That is scary. That happened a lot while I was digging, by the way. And I know it's going to happen again on that side. Come on. Anyway, you get the idea. So I'm going to have a ledge here. This is where I'm going to have a lot of like detailed stuff. I'll have maybe like a couple of chests, some potion stands, some armor stands, and just like a little bit of knickknacks here and there just to kind of add a bit of detail to the wall. And then above will be another design. I'm thinking maybe quartz because, you know, it's the Nether. And we'll have something kind of arching up. So we will have a roof above. Not bad at all. Turned out pretty good. You can definitely see how the walls are forming. Very happy with it. All right, back to business. So one thing I'm not really sure about what I'm going to do is like these corners here. It's a little bit tricky, specifically with this part here. So I'm probably going to have a break somewhere. Just maybe have like an entranceway or some sort here. And then this side, I think I'm going to have a window because I have plans for this, but that will be for another time. The next thing we're going to be working on is figuring out what to do with these walls. The parts behind where I did kind of like the designs. Now, going back to the main room and looking at it, the color schemes, we've held true to the gray part anyway, but we definitely got to incorporate a bit of quartz. There's that blue trim, which I think I'm going to use for the separator for the roof. And then I definitely got to use some of that red netherrack brick somewhere. But I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. And I think I have an idea. So lucky for me, I actually went ahead and got a bunch of stuff beforehand. Now I'm thinking the easiest way to do it probably would be to have the upper area be quartz and then the lower one maybe be these nether bricks. Because I think I really like how it mixes with stone. Like if we just kind of fill this one in here real quick. It's going to take a lot though to do this entire place. But that melds well with stone. Although quartz as well. Quartz melds as well, but it's not... It pulls a little bit too much when you're looking at it at the main level. Because if we had like an entire red wall above, you probably wouldn't look at it as much. So, and I want to put stuff here in front, like maybe like an armor stand here or something. So that'll be for what we do for there. So let's just do one real quick. Oops, I broke a little bit more than I intended. Just to see how this looks. Oh, let's get rid of that. How's that? That's not bad. You're in my way. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. Now for this upper area here, I forgot. I need some of that. I'm running out of, or rather, I don't have the beacon ability down here, so it's a little bit tricky to work with. I'm gonna have to dig this wall back in as well. Oops, I broke a torch. I'm I mean to have it so that the wall itself is like here. This will be where the wall is. Just behind the trim. So that the walls we actually marked out ahead of time, and I dug out ahead of time, are actually like closer together. They're going to be wider when the hallway is done, but I think that'll look good. And with quartz, obviously, we can do designs with like the different kinds of quartz blocks, the pillar blocks, the half slabs, the staircase, and stuff like that. But I don't want to go too crazy. Maybe just like how we have this stone on this side. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't really show this off, but I did two different designs here. This one is just going to be more of like a wall. This side here is going to have like a railing so you can put stuff on it, which is what I'm going for. But for this, it looks very Canadian. I am Canadian. With the red and the white. But it'll look better once we add a bit more color to this place. So I think that's a good way to go. Oh, another thing I should note too, I'm gonna have this. Obviously, is where GT's portal is gonna be. I made it a little bit wider, so it's, as you can see here, this is where the pillar was before, but now I moved it over. So this one's gonna be a little bit different. I'm thinking the opposite sides will be doorways further into the Nether. So this part as well, I'm not gonna work on in this episode. The same with the corners. We'll save that for another time. But one more thing that I want to work on is these archways. I don't know if you noticed, but I did a different design for them as well. And I just realized I don't have any on me, but we're going to need some cobblestone fences. This hallway is very dark, and we need to get ourselves a bit of light. So I'm obviously going to use... When you think of a light source in the Nether, obviously the one that comes to mind should be glowstone. I was originally going to use like lanterns, sea lanterns, but it would be a little bit too much white. I think the yellow will be a nice contrast. And obviously, you know, it fits the Nether. Nether is glowstone for lighting. Alright. Like I said, it's hard to move around without that beacon thing, so we're going to go start on the other side. Now, I have an idea of what I want to do. I kind of just want a hanging light. We're not going to put any trapdoors or anything on it in terms of design. But, oh, also here, I'm like I said earlier, I'm going to make this into kind of like a fence. So I did a bit of a custom job here as well for where the wall's going to end and kind of curves around. Probably have maybe like some iron bars or something there. It'll be a nice break from all of that stuff. All right, let's get... Oh yeah, I got a bunch of blue. Like I said, I'm going to use that for the trim. Around the roof, probably this upper part here, I'll have a trim going around once we finish building up the wall a bit. So I want to have it hanging like that. And then, my inventory is really getting full. Also, I harvested a bunch of nether wart when I made these bricks, and harvesting an entire section of that room that I made, whew, that is a lot of nether wart. Yeah, see, that's not too bad. Have one there, one at each and every one of these archways, except for the main one, which is these 4 connecting ones. And then I'm thinking I'm going to have them be like a roof of some sort, maybe a dome. This one will be harder to do because it is, unfortunately, wider. Because I had to, yeah, it's more of a rectangle than a square now. But I'm not sure about digging through the roof. I thought about it, but that'd be punching a lot of holes in the Nether. I don't know how the other guys on the server feel about that. So yeah, so I'm going to do the lighting on my own, and then the wall, I just want to come up with a design for this really quick because we are getting close to the end of the episode. And what? Now I'm thinking stairs. We'll do stairs, and then maybe something like this. And that portal might be in our way a bit. But I think we're okay. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to play around with it. But in terms of this episode, we've pretty much figured out how the hallway is going to be. I'm just going to do some more work off camera. Once I'm happy with it, all that's left is to mirror it on the other side, and we are good to go. And then next episode, we'll spend some more time doing detail work, because this middle floor, it's just so plain. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!